and I'm waiting for him to arrive any moment. I don't want to stop, and then when he arrives, start again. So my apologies. I appreciate for your patience. At the same time, please feel free every time anyone you can have water for free, and we will make us very happy, and also wine. Hopefully most of you are also don't drink wine, you can use the water. But if by any means drink wine, the members pay today. The boys' expenses are covered by the members. So therefore you can drink as much as you want. So I'll come back as soon as I hear from the minister. Thank you.
I would like to start our program formally tonight. Honorable members of the Diplomatic Corps in Toronto, honorable guests of the head table, members of the Federal and Provincial Parliaments, members of the Toronto City Council, chiefs of police and fire departments, members of the Toronto and York Region Police Departments, distinguished guests, invitees, dear members of the National Ethnic Press and Media Council of Canada, ladies, gentlemen, and friends, good evening. My name is Asha Rajak. I am the Canadian working journalist from Nepalese origin, and I am the Executive Director of the National Ethnic Press and Media Council of Canada. And today I have the honor to be your MC for tonight's event. At this point, please allow me to welcome you all and also to recognize some distinguished guests, friends, honoring with their presence this event. Honorable Jim Farian is MP Scarborough Ecuador. Honorable Rathika Setsbaisan, MP Scarborough Woods. Honorable Tony Rupert, MPP Devonport. Honorable Dimitris Azimopoulos, Consul General of Greece. He's going to join us very soon. easier because for a moment I will just read everyone's name and I appreciate it. Honorable Abdullah Castillo, Dominican Republic, Mr. Brad Prowse, National Defense, Mark Pugas, Toronto Police Department, George Christopoulos, representing the Toronto Police Service, the Chief of the Police, Sergeant Paul Chan, York Region Police, Mr. Chris Dudley and Jim Davidson, Science College, Mr. Rocker Rossi, Ontario PC candidate for Eglinton Lawrence, Honorable Karnaratna Pandit Tharatna, Consul General of Sri Lanka, Honorable H.M.B. Herath, Deputy Consul General of Sri Lanka, Honorable Clement Edward, Justice of the Peace, Vince Agovino, Ontario PC candidate for Willowdale, Mr. Michael Mostine, Ontario PC candidate for York Centre, Liang Chan, Ontario PC candidate for Scarborough Edginport, Mary Fragedakis, Councillor Ward 29, Toronto Danforth, and Mr. Vincent Crisanti, Councillor Ward 1, Etobicoke North. We also have Mr. Patrick Caligan from Web News Printing. He's one of our sponsors tonight. I would like to kindly request Mr. Saras to come and share some of his words with us today. We are dedicating this exhibition for the Freedom of the Press, and Mr. Saras is going to share a few words.
Well, they told me when I have my glasses, I look much younger. The minister is not here yet, so I'm not going to say anything about him. Honorable members of the diplomatic missions in Toronto, distinguished city councillors, representatives of the police service of Toronto and York region, our guests, sisters, brothers in the ethnic press, friends, ladies, gentlemen, welcome in tonight's event. It is an honor and a great privilege for me to be welcoming you today to this function as we gather to official opening of this year's exhibition of the National Ethnic Press of Canada. In a society with diverse population, the ability of communication becomes basic elements for the future and the progress of the total population. Due to the fact that some members of our society on a daily basis are arriving in this country. Some come for better prospects and others come to escape oppression in their own country of origin. In order to overcome the languages barrier they face in Canada, they turn to their own ethnic press to seek assistance. They look at the members of the ethnic media to get much needed information about the culture and life in the new country. In this context, the ethnic press and media becomes the basic course of information to newcomers. In addition, it helps them adjust in the new society by bringing to them the message of the government and in return communicates their concerns to respective administrations. To this extent, this exhibition is a tribute to our cultures as we are honoring the men and women dedicated themselves in the service of the dignity of the human race. By recognizing the ethnic publications tonight, we thankfully acknowledge the importance the freedom of expression, freedom of information, and free press plays to our democracy. These are principles so important not only to the members of the National Ethnic Press and Media Council of Canada, but also to every Canadian. Last year, the Canadian Journalists for Free Expression reported that more than 87 journalists were killed worldwide as they tried to serve their community, and another 68 placed in jail. This is the reason the International Federation of Journalists said, "We salute courageous journalists and media workers across the globe working tirelessly every day to uphold press freedom and significant personal risk. The freedom to speak and the freedom to write are essential recognition for our governance," according to Irina Bokova, Director General of UNESCO. This is a reason that I feel honored and a great privilege tonight as I welcome you to the official opening of this 5th annual Ethnic Press Exhibition in recognition of the impact of the members' publications are having in our Canadian society as well as on the multicultural communities. And at this point I will ask Asa to come back and continue because Minister Haskins is not yet here.
Thank you, Mr. Saras. Now I would like to kindly request Honorable Jim Cardenas to come and share her thoughts with us today. Thank you.
Members of the diplomatic corps, colleagues in all levels of government, newly elected future aspirants, ladies and gentlemen of the police force. It's a great pleasure to be here tonight. I feel very honored and humbled. I want to thank Mr. Saras and I want to thank the board of directors of the Ethnic Press Council for your endorsement of my candidacy in the last election. And I want to congratulate you because today you're speaking freedom of the press. Tom, you and I know that if it wasn't the freedom of the press in our country, we still have dictatorship today. You and I share when in 1973 the tanks rolled into the Polytechnical Institute and killed the students. However, freedom of the press does not exist in many countries. Even today, as we want to bring out the light as to what has happened in certain parts of the world, regimes are forbidding journalists to go and take a look what has happened. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, you are the voice. You are the voice of Canada. Ethnic press media is outgrown by far all the mainstream medias. We congratulate you. We're with you. We stand shoulder to shoulder. And we thank you for being there to provide our message to our parents, to my mother that doesn't speak a word of English as she reads the Greek paper, and she waits for it every single day while she watches the TV. So we thank you for doing this, and I'm sure that over the years, as we move forward, we the politicians not only have to come and give you words of platitude, but we have to change the message. And the message is not only give to the mainstream media, but also give money to the ethnic stream media. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Honorable Jim Cardenas. I would like to request Honorable Rafika Sitz-Abaisan to kindly share her regards with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Asha. And thank you to Mr. Saras for putting this type of council together. This goes to show the strength and the diversity that Toronto has through our ethnic media. The fact that we can have a council that unites all of our ethnic medias and to ensure that we as, or you as press, have that unity goes to show the strength that we have in our community. And that, my friends, is what I'm all about as well. And my name is Radhika Sitz-Abaisan, and I am proud to be the newly elected Member of Parliament for Scarborough Rouge River because my election was made possible only because the entire community came together and because all of the ethnic medias that had coverage in Scarborough came out to support the grassroots candidate, and that's why I stand before you as one of the youngest members of Parliament. The very first Member of Parliament was born in Sri Lanka, a Tamil, elected to the House of Commons here in Canada, and I stand proudly as a sister in solidarity with all peoples from the community of Scarborough Rouge River, and I'm very, very humbled and proud to be here with you today. Thank you for all of your hard work, and without the ethnic media, my campaign would not have been possible. So thank you all once again, and together we will stand. Thank you again. Thank you.
Saras, distinguished members of the Council Corps, my colleagues, all colleagues in government, ladies and gentlemen. We certainly have come a long way. And I remember, as you will, Tom, in 1989, on this very spot, guess what happened? Guess what historic event took place on this very spot? Toronto's many faces. All of us reflected in one beautiful city. Now I remember Tom got up and made one of the speeches, and we thought at that time that was just one of many which he gave. But the point really was that he already then understood the importance of the ethnic press because he then already was president. And while we've come a long way, we should realize one thing, and that is, it takes leadership. And that's not easy. I know he gets paid every hour while he's up here. I know you get paid, and I know all of you get paid who are on the executive. But let's just say this. The members who are exhibiting today, all those ethnocultural community newspapers deserve not only a lot of credit, but they deserve our honor because they're here without getting paid. There is no pay there. If I would ask any of you how much do you think they make, there is no pay. Most of them, in fact, almost all of them are doing this because of their love to maintain the culture, the love to maintain the traditions, the love to maintain their language, and the love to ensure that we are making a significant impact on Toronto. Two very quick points. One, you don't even know how important you are. You don't know. And I will tell you why. The first point is this. Did you realize the reason why we still have a Canada is because of the ethnocultural communities? Most of you did not know that. But it is a fact. If it wouldn't have been for 51,000 people of the ethnic communities in Montreal and around the Ottawa Valley, around Aylmer, and then over the Hall, if it wouldn't be for 51,000 Quebecers who trace their ancestries to the ethnic communities, today we would not have a Canada, we would be separated. And so it is very clear to me and to the political leadership, and we don't like to admit that most of the time, but it is clear that our Canada today is united because of the ethnic communities. And secondly, remember this, we are but one family. If you go around and look at the ethnic community newspapers, you get the sense that here is something going on that's underneath the mainstream. Except today, the ethnic communities have not only become the mainstream, but every political party, every political force has to come to you now with hat in hand. Where's my hat? That's over there. With hat in hand. And say, hello. Without you, we cannot get a majority. Have you heard that before? And that's why the ethnic communities are one family. It is now the Canadian family. And in another 10 years, that's my final point. In another 10 years, you will not recognize a family which does not have amongst its members an ethnocultural member that minority members or a member from all over various parts of Canada. And that's why today you've become a force. You've become a third force. We don't want the squabble between English Canada and French Canada. No. We are the third force to ensure that Canada stays united. And that's why we need you. We will need you for the future. We need you today. And I want to thank you very much for coming on. Would be a state of great importance to this agreement.
Let me say thank you, Tony. Years now, decades, Tony Ruprecht stood by us and we gave good struggles over the years. And I'm so glad that you continue this great book. And I hope that you will be able to continue for another 50 years, so the generation next century will know that we were around here.
I would like to now request Mary Fernandez, Councillor Ward 29, to share her regards on behalf of the City of Toronto.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's my privilege and honor to be here this evening with you to see what a fantastic turnout we have here from the members of the ethnicities across this fine city that make up this great country of ours. I want to congratulate the ethnic media here in Toronto and across Canada. I also want to give my congratulations to Thomas Saras and all of the volunteers for organizing such a wonderful event this evening here. So everybody, if you could just give them a big round of applause. And I also want to say, from my perspective as the the councillor that represents Greektown and East York, and I'm the first Greek woman to represent Greektown, and what an absolute privilege it is to do that, and how much huge debt of gratitude that I owe to the ethnic media, in particular the Greek media, both in print and in TV and the radio, and what we accomplished together. So for everybody else that looks at numbers and says that newspapers are on the decline across this country and they're not relevant any longer in the mainstream, I think that they should look to the ethnic media, where we have so many newspapers that are doing pretty fantastic jobs representing the various ethnic groups in this city and across this country. So keep the hope alive.
Namaste, Wanakam, Sat Sri Akal, Shalom, Salam Alaikum, Buenos Dias, Buen Dia. It is such a great pleasure to be here and see the face of Canada as I know it reflected in the chairs in front. And I'm delighted to be here with my PC candidate colleagues, Michael Austin, Carol Williams, Liang Chen, Vince Agavino, to bring you warm greetings from our leader of the PC party in Ontario and the leader of Her Majesty's official opposition, Tim Hudak, who writes, "Dear friends, on behalf of the Ontario PC caucus, it is with great pleasure that I extend greetings to the National Ethnic Press and Media Council of Canada members, their families, and community leaders brought together for the official opening of the annual Ethnic Press exhibition. This year's event, in dedication of World Press Freedom Day, is an opportunity for all Ontarians to reflect on the fundamental principles of freedom of speech and to remember the journalists who have lost their lives for practicing their craft. The recent events in the Middle East and North Africa have once again demonstrated to the world the importance of a free press and the aspiration of peoples from all backgrounds to be free. Congratulations to the Council for your continued efforts to bring comprehensive reporting to Ontario's and Canada's diverse communities, and for your capacity to engage your readers in important civic discourse. As Ontario PC leader, I offer my best wishes for a joyous annual ethnic press exhibition celebration. Sincerely, Tim Hudak, and I'd like to present this to Tom Saras.
There is a difference between myself and Morocco. He is tall, I'm short. He is Italian, I'm Greek.
But you have hair and I don't.
This is true. Asa.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rojas. I would like to kindly request Sergeant Paul Chen from your region police to do his presentation. Thank you.
On behalf of Chief Eric Jolliffe and the 2,000 men and women of York Regional Police, I would like to make a presentation to Mr. Thomas Saras, the President of National Ethnic Media, and on his hard work, on his leadership and his dedication. I'm presenting a plaque, and on the plaque it says, "Deed speaks." In York Region, what it means is action speaks louder than words, and the actions of Mr. Saras are still in words also.
He's a great man. He's a man of fact. I like him. You see my friends from George? What's wrong with the Toronto police chief? Is he facing problems with the budget? Yeah, to you, George.
No, he sends his regrets, Tom.
Yeah, but the other one sends me this it's better than regrets. Tell Chief Blair that I prefer this.
Okay. I can give you my keys if you like.
Oh, thank you. Listen, 3-4 minutes. I don't want to stop and then have the minister coming. Suppose that Indira told me that he was on his way half an hour ago. I hope he was not in Montreal. He was around here, so we will call 1-2 more persons to say a few things, and then we have great entertainment, greatest food, and I'm not going to say anything about wine because I don't want to go to hell. But those of you who don't have problem with the wine, you are going to enjoy it.
Yeah, that's cute. Oh, okay. It's 4-1 in. Oh, yeah. Too much.
Let's go something more because we are waiting for you. And then I hope.
No, I didn't know. Try one of these while I wait.
Very delicious food and wandering around and seeing the exhibits of the learning world and the work that you do each and every day. And ladies and gentlemen, I should also promise as the habit of being overly generous to me as it was in that introduction. And say that the honor is mine to be here this evening and to be in some small way in your company and part of this important display here at City Hall and demonstration of the essential work that you do each and every day in this wonderful province and wonderful country. I want to add that it's always a pleasure for me to address the National Ethnic Press Media Council of Canada. I had the pleasure of speaking at your event in December. And as Thomas mentioned, I had the honor and great privilege of at that time being named an honorary member of your board. And I've also had the privilege of speaking at Queen's Park to a number of you. And I'm honored to speak with you here tonight because of the critically important role that each of you play in our democracy. And it's clear from your display here at City Hall with the multilingual media and the NPP's MCC in particular is more vibrant than ever. And I'm proud that the Government of Ontario has been able to sponsor this event tonight and this week. And I look forward to continuing our work together in the future. You know, as Minister of Citizenship and Immigration, it's been one of my greatest pleasures to meet so many members of the multilingual media. You don't need me to say this, but you are extremely dedicated and passionate about what you do. And let's be clear, Ontario's multilingual media serves an extremely important purpose in our province. Every democracy in the world depends on an active and free press. And I know that freedom of the press is the theme for tonight and this week. Here in Ontario, where we enjoy such a diverse society, where diversity truly is one of our greatest strengths, multilingual media ensures that all Ontarians have the information that they need to be active and informed citizens, no matter what their background. We wouldn't be the kind of society that we are without a thriving multilingual media. Your readers, your viewers, and your listeners rely on reporting to inform them and engage them on the issues that matter to them. We believe in empowering citizens. As the Premier likes to say, lifting people up. You give your communities access to information in a world where increasingly knowledge is power. But our relationship with multilingual media is a two-way street. We in government rely on reporting to give us an idea of how communities across the province are responding to the work that we're doing, what issues are top of mind, and where, how we the politician themselves. That's a very important thing. And so I'm proud that we're able to come together like this, to share information, share contacts, and continue to develop our important relationship. Now, as you know, there's an election coming up in October. Ontario is turning the corner. Just recently it's been reported that we've recovered all jobs lost in the global economic downturn. And that's very important because it shows that the McGuinty government is delivering on our promise to Ontarians. We can grow our economy, create jobs, and eliminate the deficit while still protecting health care and education. So as the election gets closer, that's going to be a big story. Ontario is turning the corner. So I'm going to keep sending you press releases. We're going to keep scheduling those interviews because Ontarians from all backgrounds deserve information that will help them make informed decisions. In closing, in Ontario, diversity is our strength. Our people come from more than 200 different countries and speak more than 130 different languages. Our media must reflect that reality. That's why I'm so proud of the people in this room. You give Ontarians a voice, and I'm proud that we're able to support the work that you do. Thank you very much.
I will appreciate now. You can go back. There is food remaining. And enjoy the rest of the evening with the entertainment.
So, how are you? Seven a nice one. Oh, that's good.
How many bedrooms there are? There's cheese.
You can take whatever cheese you want. Cheap cheese, we pay it expensive.
Experiencing a similar situation here.
Asa, join us. Right.